So you often hear the word subluxation, that nerve interference that affects your well-being. But what exactly causes subluxations? Interestingly enough, there's more than one obvious cause that you might be thinking of. Are you thinking of a fall? Chiropractors commonly refer to the three main causes, the three T's of subluxation, and that is exactly what Dr. Robert Crothers is here to talk about.
You're sitting here waiting to see your chiropractor. He wants to work on you and remove the subluxations. He's probably already talked to you about those types of things. I want to talk to you about what you can do after you leave this office, what you can do to help yourself and your friends and family. Subluxations are caused by the three T's, what we know in the chiropractic world. The three T's are thoughts, trauma, and toxins. Trauma is just simply the physical things that happen around you. Stepping off the curb and rolling your ankle, or getting into a car accident, getting whiplash, bending over and lifting up something heavy and causing low back pain. Those are the things that create your trauma, or that's the trauma that's created by the physical world, so to speak. We also want to talk about what also causes subluxations are the toxins. Toxins can be just what you think they are, something that you ingested that's bad, a toxin. It can be an aspirin even. It could be a chemical of some sort, but it's also your diet. A poor diet creates toxins in your body, and it builds up toxins and creates poor health. The other one is your thoughts. Your thoughts simply is referring to the stress in your world, the stress that you get from work, the stress that you get from your family, or the stress that you get from anywhere. Those are the three main causes of subluxations, the three T's. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about when you leave this office today, when you're done with your chiropractor today, is how to manage those three T's. Dr. James Chestnut came up with a program, a wellness program, that he says the three components are eat well, move well, and think well. So we'll start with the eat well part, because that's what he typically starts with. And eating well just simply means what it states: having a better, healthier diet. Concentrating on the foods that you eat, bringing in what you eat, and eliminating the poor foods. I always suggest a diet that's 60% carbohydrates, 20% protein, and 20% good fats. 60% carbohydrates scares people because it seems like a high carbohydrate diet. Not all carbohydrates are bad for you. Breads may not be the best thing for you, or pastas, or that sort of thing. But fruits and vegetables are also carbohydrates, and you need to get plenty of those into your diet. And I prefer that people eat them raw, because that's where the best nutritional value is. Now, 20% protein in your diet is just your meats, that sort of thing. If you're a vegetarian, it can be, however you get your protein through your vegetarian diet. But as meat-wise, most people recommend, or certain diets recommend, that the size of your palm and the thickness of your hand is about the right amount of meat to take in to equal the 20% of your diet. So if you just look at your hand and see that's how much meat you can have in a day. And since your carbohydrates are about 3 times that, you can figure that you eat a little bit more. Now, carbohydrates are usually a little lighter and a lot easier to eat. So it doesn't seem as much once you get there. The third one is your good fats, your essential fatty acids, or your omega-3s, 6s, and 9s. Those things that you get from your avocados or nuts or fish oil, or that sort of thing. Now, the good fats are good for you because all your cells are made out of fat. They need that good, healthy fat, okay? And those good fats also help transport the bad fats out of your system. So it sounds funny that you eat fat to get bad fat out of there, but what you're doing is replacing the bad fat with good fat, fat that your body can digest, fat that your body can use as a nutritional value. The second thing I want to talk to you about is moving well, and that's exercising, getting plenty of exercise, but not just exercising, but getting the right type of exercise and balancing your exercise. You exercise because you want to get a good, healthy cardiovascular system, to breathe well, have your heart working and functioning properly, get those sort of things going. You can get a good cardiovascular exercise by running, or by bicycling, or by swimming. The other part of exercising is you want to get some strength building. We're not looking to turn into Arnold. We're just looking to build up some muscle. By doing that, you're breaking down the weak tissues or the bad tissues in your body and building up the good tissues, or restoring the bad tissues with good muscle or good tissues. And it's important that you do that. And you can lift barbells, or you can, pull on bands, or do that sort of thing, but you can also go swimming. I think swimming is a great exercise because you can get strength exercise out of swimming, but you can also get cardiovascular exercise out of swimming. The other thing about exercise that's really neat is it fires a neurological response. When you go exercising, whether you do cardiovascular workouts or you do strength building exercise, you get this neurological response firing. And what that neurological response does is it builds up energy and it helps recharge your brain's batteries. And if you recharge your brain's batteries, then your internal health mechanisms and internal corrective mechanisms can help heal your body from inside and help you move towards your health goals, a more wellness type of lifestyle. The interesting thing on that is that same neurological response that you can get from exercising, you also get every time your chiropractor adjusts you. I'm not saying get adjusted instead of exercising. I'm saying that both are beneficial to your lifestyle. The third thing that I wanted to talk to you about was thinking well. Thinking well is simply just managing your stress and eliminating, I shouldn't say eliminating, managing your stress properly, thinking about your stress differently. We can't get rid of stress. We can't take this stress out of our life or that stress out of our life, but we can manage it completely different so that when we look at stress or look at the problems that we think are stressful, we don't think of them as a poor thing or a bad thing, or it doesn't weigh us down or fatigue us. There's techniques that we can do. You can write those problems down and take a look at them and see how much they weigh on your life or how bad they are. Or you can meditate, or you can talk to somebody about it, a friend or a family member or somebody else. Your chiropractor should have all kinds of ideas to help you with managing your stress as well. That's the eat well, move well, think well paradigm that James Chestnut created. Now, if you go home and do this all by yourself, you've left some very dear people out of the circle. You don't want to cook 2 meals for your family. You don't want your friends and your family lacking in their health goals. So get them involved in this well. Get them eating well, moving well, and thinking well. And just as important, get them into your chiropractor's office and get them adjusted as well. So I want you to have a healthy and happy life and enjoy.